Yep. So we're out on Lake Dillon, canoeing. And I'm taking a break to film some of this. It's sort of scary because there's the water right there, so I have to make sure, really sure to be not to drop in the camera. Wow, that was a good sentence. But it's a really beautiful view out here. It's nice to take a break and let Mandy do all the work. She's actually doing really good. Alright, well I might have to stop filming again in a minute here to help Mandy out, but it's really pretty out here. Oh hey, we never really talked about this. Mandy, what'd you think of our snow tubing?
Oh, I thought snow tubing was so much fun.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I definitely had to take a break because it's up at like the highest part of the mountain.
Yep.
So, you know, high altitude, hard to breathe, but it was so fun. And like, we got to go down together and they spun us and like, that was the best.
Yeah, spinning was really kind of like scary a little bit because like you could feel the other person whipping you around when we went together. So like we were on two separate tubes just holding on to each other. And then like when Mandy would be the one spinning around me, I could like feel her pulling me down the hill. It was fun. Yeah, it was a great time.
It was so fun. I'm so glad we got to do it, although my feet are still wet because that snow was melting.
Yeah, occasionally you get your foot hooked in the ground while you're going down. And it was just like a really steep drop off, which hopefully people could see in the other video of me going down.
The one video of you going down.
Yeah, that was scary. Whew, what was that?
I don't know.
I think we may have hit a log. Yeah, but there's all these islands out here, and we're actually allowed to beach ourselves and walk around them, which Mandy doesn't want to do, but I might try to convince her to see.
Okay, so here's where we stopped to eat. I'm not getting out of the canoe because I'm afraid I'm going to tip something over. And Cody did get out because he's crazy. But here's kind of the island where we stopped. And now food time.
Yep. Alright, so we're just about heading back in now. I just wanted to kind of record some of the scenery. It's very pretty.
Very pretty.
We had a little bit of a struggle of us getting back, even though I think we were going a lot faster than we think we were, because it only took us it took us 20 minutes to get back, and it took us an hour to get out there, if not more.
Well, we're not officially back yet.
No, but we're really close, so I think it was probably about half the amount of time, even though it felt like we were struggling.
Well, because the wind kept taking us like we were going.
We just kept spinning in the wind, basically, because it was super windy out on the lake, so it's sort of hard to maneuver ourselves.
But we're a little bit more covered now.
Yep, but now it's a lot calmer. And there's Mandy paddling.
Hello. Don't. Come on. Don't be a butt.
Another trouble is the boats out there that wake us.
That happens a lot.
Yeah, because every once in a while we get hit with a wake and then that spins us. It's not the rocking that matters, it's the getting spun around. Alright, I'm going to keep helping Mandy paddle. Okay, so according to Mandy, I'm not going to be in any of the videos because we seem to be filming while we're driving and she has to do all the driving. So I'm going to film myself for a little bit while she's getting out of a parking lot. So canoeing was super fun. We definitely found out wind sucks. Like, on the way back, it took us, like, no time because I think we were always getting blown in generally the right direction. It just felt really difficult because we were, like, constantly just getting spun. So, like, we'd steer ourselves in a direction, paddle twice, then we'd be going the wrong way again. Even though I think we were always kind of getting blown in the right direction. And then once we got kind of closer to where we launched from, it was more protected and the wind died down a little bit, so it wasn't as bad. Until, like, right as we were docking, it got super choppy again. But we did land like professionals. Like, we came into where we were supposed to land. Let's see if you can see my hand. Yeah. And like, right as we got there, we kind of like spun ourselves 180 degrees, like right into where the dock was. It was really well done. I was proud of us for that. You know, one time we maneuvered super well.
Well, we had some really good maneuvers.
Yeah, actually, there's one part where we were going in between islands, and we kind of like, it's just super shallow there, and we started to kind of like run ourselves up on the bank, so like Mandy had to just push the nose off for a while as I paddled to like kind of get us more out into the center, and then right as we were getting out, the end started going into the island, so I had to like be shoving us off with my paddle. But yeah, no, it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. It was an adventure because we didn't have a guide, so we just like had to figure out how to get back. which is exciting.
Mandy just got frustrated.
Mandy got frustrated. I don't know if we've covered this yet. So we're getting kind of near the end of our honeymoon. Like, this is the last big thing that we were gonna do. Mandy, what was the worst part of our honeymoon?
Pancho.
Pancho's, the worst Mexican restaurant in the world.
Oh, did we talk about that?
I don't know if we talked about
Pancho's. I don't
Pancho's.
think we did. Okay, so this is great. So we go to this, we got off of whitewater rafting and we were like, okay, so we really want food. And we'd passed a couple Mexican places, which, by the way, 4 Mexican places or Mexican places.
3, one of them was closed.
Well, but
yeah, go ahead.
4 named Mexican places in a little town, like in Colorado. But like, it makes more sense being close to Chicago and having more Mexican restaurants.
I think the point is, when we went to Pancho's, it was not authentic Mexican food.
No.
You know what I mean? It was not like it was made by people from Mexico. Even if it's like some kind of like, because I'm sure that like when we go and get Mexican food, it's not like real Mexican delicacies. Like, I'm sure it's Americanized, but it wasn't even like the good Americanized hybrid. Like, it was just bad food all around. Like, the salsa we got was more or less tomato chunks and water.
Oh.
That was awful.
I did this wrong.
Did you?
I don't remember where to turn.
I think.
Because I want to get on the dam road.
Hey, watch your language. Oh, really quickly here. The joke there was, I don't know if you'll be able to see this on the video, we're literally turning onto Dillon Dam Road. So that was a joke about the language. You get it?
But my sisters used to do that when we would go over the Hoover Dam. They'd be like, we're going on that dam road.
Jokes.
Because we're funny. Anyway, so we're going like, okay, we want Mexican food. And one of them we knew was closed. We passed one, which I was totally willing, like, we were like, oh, let's just go. And then we're like, no, we saw one that, like, the building looks Mexican.
Yeah.
Like, that's where we want to go, because clearly that's going to be the best one.
Yep. The one Mexican restaurant we passed was like full of people.
Well, no, was that the family one? Like at the very...
That was the first one we saw. There were tons of people in the parking lot. And then the second one we turn in and there's like one other car in the parking lot and it's lunchtime. And like one guy...
It was past lunchtime.
Was it?
Yeah, because we got done rafting at like... We were done at like 2:30.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. So when we walked in, the first thing I noticed was they had a menu outside and you could sometimes order from a window. So my thought was like, oh, okay, so maybe this will be like more like street food, you know, so like kind of sketchier but not necessarily bad.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest warning sign was we walked in and it's a Mexican restaurant where half the menu was cheeseburgers and the other half was just burritos. And, like, there was nothing on the burritos. So, like, I don't mind just a meaty burrito, but, like, your options were meat and beans, or rice and beans. And that was all that came in the burrito. So, I ordered it's like a bean burrito, or no, a meat and bean burrito with, and I got it smothered, so I had, like, sauce put on the top, and you got a Western burger.
I just got a burger, because all I wanted was a quesadilla, and they didn't have quesadillas.
Yeah, so...
Like, they didn't have... tortillas and cheese.
Yeah, the constituent parts of a quesadilla. So anyways, we got our food. Oh, we also ordered chips and salsa. Yeah, so the salsa was literally just chunks of tomato floating in water and was no flavor. Zero seasonings. We
went and we got the spicy...
Yeah, the hot sauce was more or less salsa. Like, that's what we used for the salsa with the chips.
And it was great.
The chips were just definitely bought from, like, a Walmart, basically. The tortilla, like, of the burrito was, like, schmah, like, it wasn't, like, a really good one. And then the filling was just, like, unseasoned ground beef. And then they just, like, dumped watery salsa on the top of it. And that was the burrito.
The burger was okay.
The burger was okay, but, I mean, like, it's a Mexican restaurant where all they can get right
want a burger.
Was a cheeseburger.
I wanted a quesadilla.
Yeah, so that was super disappointing. So we had the best part of our honeymoon right next to the worst part. And it was definitely one of those things where, like, me and Mandy were just sitting there in, like, silence. Because, like, you know, usually when you go to a restaurant, you're like, oh, how's your food? And, like, I knew right away, I'm like, okay, I can't not ask how the food is out loud in the restaurant. Because there's no way either one of us are enjoying this. So we just sat there, like, completely silent.
We just wanted to get out of there.
Making awkward small talk about nothing. Then we got out, and I was like, that was awful.
It was so bad.
It was so terrible.
I went on Yelp that night, And it has like 2.5 stars. And like the only people who like it are like local people. And I think there was one that was like, I always stop here on my way, you know, going cross country. And I'm like, these people don't know what Mexican food is.
Yeah,
like,
for real. If that's their standard, that's pretty bad.
well, and like I get they had like some shakes and ice cream, which I could totally see people like. That's actually what people on Yelp were like praising, was like,
Oh, so we just got the wrong thing too.
well, your name is Ponchos.
Yeah, I mean, really, they could have done better if they had just put a burrito in the microwave.
Yeah.
That would have been better.
Freaking 2 tortillas and cheese. Doesn't even have to be 2 tortillas. It can be 1 tortilla and cheese, and I would have been a happy camper.
Yep.
But
Oh, that's too hard.
no, well, and I'm pretty sure it had like Mexican restaurant. Like I'm pretty sure it was Poncho's Mexican
Well, it's called
restaurant.
ponchos. You know, what do you expect?
I expected Mexican.
So we might get to make that up because we're finally going to eat dinner on the resort tonight. We decided we were going to do that just one night because of how expensive it is. Oh my gosh, I am kind of burnt though. Look at my face.
Yeah, you're a little
turning
burnt.
into an Oompa Loompa.
Oompa Loompas aren't red, honey.
They're orange in the original.
That's not red.
Same thing. So we're going to go and get pizza because, you know, what else? But we'll see if that's good.
Mandy likes pizza.
It's really expensive, so you hope that means it's good, but it might just mean that it's up on a mountain. Oh, wait, did we talk about the hippie store?
No, we didn't talk about the hippie store.
Oh, we got to talk about the hippie store. So yesterday, we kind of ran out of food because, like, we went shopping and we ate up all of our food. So we needed to get, like...
I think you can see it up here.
Yeah, you might be able to.
Oh, no, it was down there because we had to pass this. Never
That's
mind.
right. So we just needed to go grocery shopping after whitewater rafting. So we went and saw some witches.
Hippie witches.
Yeah, so we walk in there and like it's part apothecary.
Well, okay, it's called natural
It's like
foods.
it's called like Natural Grocer or something. Like I don't remember what the name was, but it was just like the nearest grocery store. And like the food was fine, like we were able to find everything we needed, but then Mandy just wanted aloe to put on a sunburn. So we found an aisle dedicated to aloe. And we were like, this is all really expensive, and like none of it's in like a squeezy tube. It was in like gallon jugs.
And it's like, add this to your meal.
Yeah, it was a dietary supplement that they sell by the gallon. And then there were just aisles of what I can only imagine is magical plants brewed down into some kind of tablet that's supposed to make your joints.
Powder.
Yeah. Anyways, and it's just like exclusively run by old ladies that look like they were witches. And like not in a bad way, they didn't have like big moles, but they were all just like wearing like big flowy gowns and had like big curly hair that was all like graying, and they were super friendly. But I'm like, I feel like you want to bake me into a cake right now. They were definitely wizarding people.
Hippie witches.
Yep. So we stopped there and got food, which was maybe a mistake.
I mean, it wasn't bad food.
I just felt like out of place, which is true for even being at the resort sometimes. We definitely have the experience of being the poor people at the resort because there's people that own property there. Like you can buy the condo that we live in, I think.
I think so.
And it's like, we looked up the condo prices on real estate, and like at the cheapest they're $500,000. And you know, like we've walked by houses that have to be millions of dollars because they're huge mansions right on the side of a mountain ski resort. So we're definitely like the impoverished people there. We're the riffraff.
And you can tell, like, the people walk by just, you know, oh, this is all I do is just...
Yeah, there's definitely people that live there, but they're all retired.
Because you either have the really old people who are retired, or you have really young families who must have older family members.
That live there,
Yeah.
yeah. Although once you go to the resort, right now it's like all mountain biking people, so they're all way more intense than us. We feel like
So we're either riffraff or we're the lazy people.
Yeah, like people have asked us sometimes, like, you gonna do any mountain biking? And we're like, no. Oh yeah, we were going down the lift, and this guy after snow tubing, and this guy was like, hey, I recognize you guys. I saw you guys walking down the side of the mountain. You guys are taking the lift this time. We're like, yes, we're never doing that again.
Which I honestly think that would have been a lot better if we had only done the 6 miles.
Yeah.
And not added the 2 mile on the top.
I mean, I definitely enjoyed it. But
I thought it was nice, but I think we should have spaced both of those out because neither of us are like super hikers.
It was work. Like the end of it, I was getting pretty exhausted, and I know you were getting pretty tired.
Mandy's gotten frustrated on this trip a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of sometimes bite off more than I can chew and make bad decisions. like, hey, let's go hike for 8 miles. None of us have ever done anything in the mountains before. We should be okay, right? I guess we'll talk about the pizza when we have the pizza. But canoeing was super fun. Bye, camera.
Bye, camera. All right, here we are back up at the top with our after dinner date night. And then the trail we went on was like that way.
Yeah.
Like somewhere on that mountain.
I think we got out to like there, that top up
I was gonna say, I'm gonna try and zoom in a little bit. I think we got up, I think Cody ran up to the top up there. Okay, I don't know how well you can see this, but that's Lake Dillon. That's where we were today. That's where we were today.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure that cluster of islands right there,
Yeah, that's where we were.
that's like the furthest we got.
Yep.
Oh, that's so fun. So we're at the top of the mountain right now, just checking it out. All right, we're in one of the gondolas now. This is a little different.
It was free, which is nice.
Yeah, free on Fridays. Yay! So that's how we got to the top of the mountain. Now,
And it seems like it's stopping.
oh no! Right when I bring the camera out, when you know.
Maybe not. Oh, there we go. Now we're going.
Oh, it just speeds up for us.
I think these aren't on a fixed track. I think that they move how they move. You know what I mean? Like they're self-powered, maybe.
That's a gondola. That's what we're in.
I think I prefer the regular ski lifts.
I like feeling the wind, I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
But this is a fun experience.
It's cool to do both.
Yes.
You know what I think it is that it switches between wires. So when we're in a gondola station, we're not on the wire, and then once we get off, we hop back on a wire and go. I bet that's how it works.
And down we go. Yeah, this is a sharp drop.
Yep.
Wait, there's the resort. This has been so fun, honey. Such a fun honeymoon. And pulling into the station, hands up. Woo!
You can't see it coming.
Oh. Yay! Say bye, camera.
Bye, camera.
So I just realized that I don't think I've ever filmed the actual village. Like, right over there, you can see a cornhole game going. Cody and I were playing. And, Cody, what was the score in that?
I don't want to talk about it.
You want to talk about it?
If you double my score, it was bigger than yours, so you didn't destroy me.
They're just very pretty. Of course, there's the Starbucks, but a lot of, like, nice little shops. And we're sitting in rocking chairs.
It's very nice.
And over there is where the ski lift was. But it's kind of around the corner, so you can't really see it.